Fresh killer.
What up, tribe? I wanted to give you a quick update on the man who broke Google, that is Mr. Jordan Tristan Walker. And basically, Google is still broken. Still broken in the sense that they have the sign up, the same sign that they had. They've had it for several days now, saying to come back and wait a few days for major trusted and verified media publications, wait for them to cover it. They haven't covered it yet. And I'm talking, it's shockingly, the New York Times, the New York Post, NPR, CNN, NBC, ABC, none of those publications have anything on the case. And just to remind you, he is the guy that was on a date and he worked for Pfizer, and he spoke about some nefarious things that Pfizer was considering, like mutating the virus so they could find a cure. Nothing, right? They haven't covered it yet. And the video has been viewed, the video of Mr. Walker has been viewed 45.2 million times now. And I think it's just arrogant beyond comprehension for these media publications to not cover it. They can remain objective, even to have a slanted version of the story. There has been nothing. And at this point, I am deeply concerned. Once again, it seems as though they are, Pfizer has been able to silence the media. And in a country where we have freedom of speech, where we have the right to speak our truth, where the journalistic department is not state-owned, it is independently owned, and they should remain objective. I'm becoming increasingly concerned by the day. So no major media publication covered it. However, as I scoured the internet via Google, I did see that a publication did cover it, and that is a publication called Global, I gotta look, hold on, what is it called? Global Voices. Global Voices, shout out to them. They showed a lot of heart for covering the story. They titled their piece, How the US Anti-Vaccine Disinformation on COVID-19 is Appropriated by China. And that is by Miss Owan Lam. And she talked about how the essentially the anti-vaxxer movement in the States, but how it manifests itself in China, right? And so she believes that it is disinformation. The Mr. Walker video, it's disinformation. But to her credit, she did put the whole tweets of Chinese citizens who are concerned about the video. And I thought that one tweet that she posted in her article was very powerful. A few of them were very powerful, but this one really struck me. And she writes that while Global Times chief commentator Hugh Jishin, I hope that that's how you pronounce his name, acknowledged that Pfizer had clarified its research and the content of the interview was ambivalent and out of context. He redirected the focus to the role of the US government on Weibo. Now here is the quote. The quote reads, "If there were a revelation like this in China, the government and the public would deal with it in a serious manner. All companies involved would have to explain, and the government would form an investigation team to reveal the truth to the public. But the US has kept silent. Only very few media outlets and a few unimportant people have commented on this. Officials responsible for monitoring drugs and Congress members are playing dumb. Where's the FBI? Where are the investigative reporters? Even if the video is fabricated and Walker is indeed an actor, they have to clarify the picture and clear the guilt of Pfizer. By golly, that's potent. And I share a very similar sentiment. If it is a distortion, if it is not true, then come out and say it, because these are very serious accusations and are directly connected to the health of this country. I would like for not just Pfizer to say that's not true, because of course they're going to say that's not true, but all of the agencies, CIA, FBI, et cetera, the White House, people need to get involved and say that this is not true. Not only this is not true, but this is not true because A, because B, because C, because D, right? The approach of ignoring it is like, once again, I just can't even conceive of how something this popular with implications this serious is being ignored for this long. So what can I say? I guess we will continue to wait, and meanwhile, continue to do your own investigation, of course, and think critically around this and draw your own conclusions. But it is hard to draw your own conclusions when people aren't reporting on it as they should. At any rate, the most important thing you need to do is subscribe to the tribe for more information. Peace, tribe.